So this song I do largely for the main reason I do this song now is to give you a sense of the whole loaf of bread that I am as a human being sitting in front of you. I'm flawed, I'm not flawed, I'm wonderful, I'm not so wonderful, I'm this, I'm that, you know. 40 years ago, I was arrested in Virginia for smoking a joint of marijuana. I was sentenced to a year after a year of trials. I was sentenced to a year to serve in the State Farm in Goochland County, Virginia, with these just horrible, horrible scenario. So I went in and I did my time. The lawyer took me to turn myself in, and he said, when you go into jail, he said, no matter what the captain says to you or whatever anybody else says to you, you can't fight. If you fight with anybody, a lot of people go in for a short little run, and then they get in a fight with someone and kill someone, and then they're in there for life, or they get electrocuted themselves. He says, just, you know, whatever you have to swallow, swallow it. Well, I couldn't swallow it. I couldn't swallow a lot of stuff that was going on. So I adopted a different philosophy. For the 3.5 months, I was eligible for parole after a quarter of my time, which was 3 months because I was sentenced to serve a year. So the lawyer said, if you get 3 months without any trouble, I can go to the judge and say, look, let's get him out of there before they make him into a criminal. And I can get you out in a couple of weeks of paperwork, 3.5 months. That's what it'll take if you keep yourself clean and don't get in any trouble. I said, fine. So I managed to get out in 3.5 months. But what they didn't know, the lawyer or anybody else except me, was that I played the crazy loner. I played the crazy loner. Well, it was a way to survive. So here it is. I wrote this in St. Louis, Missouri. I opened a show for Taj Mahal at this big hall. I was exhausted. I'd been driving for days and playing shows one after the other, and I had this show. He would let me be on his show. So I got there early, did the sound check, wanted to go to sleep. There was no time. We had dinner, we sat and talked and bullshitted, and then it was time for play, and I had to play my show, and I played. He sat on the stage, backstage area, out of sight of the crowd, and watched my whole set, note for note, wouldn't miss a thing. It was very encouraging. And after the show, you know, all I want to do is go to bed. And I can't go to bed, man, let me be on the stage. It's his stage. He had thousands of people there to see him. They had about 6 or 9 or 10 to see me. So I couldn't leave. I had to stay and see him and do the courtesy thing. He kind enough to let me be on the stage. I had to tell the truth and show my stuff. So I showed my courtesy by staying for his show, even though I was exhausted. I get back to the hotel, and of course I'm just dying to go to sleep. And of course, right then, the prison song starts to come. So I powered down 3 cups of coffee and stayed up all night and wrote 14 verses, 7 of which you hear that are left. First day in prison, I was wondering what to do, praying that all the things I'd heard weren't really true. The clerk told me for my own good, I sure better cut my hair. He laughed and said, it's your ass for myself, I don't care. They gave us prison clothes and took us from the street. When the con started whistling, I felt like a piece of meat in a livestock show. And the world outside don't wanna know. Good time slam, he walked right over, pulled up his seat, squeezed my knee till I wanted to scream. He said, hello, new meat. My friends had all told me, if a con comes on strong, get him talking about why he's in, 'cause no con never done wrong. Feeling like a cornered rat, looking a trouble. You only got two choices. You can be a Bible thumper or the crazy who hears voices. Crazy is a good role if they don't spot your game. And even the cons lay off the ones that preach God's name. I lived when I was crazy. Everyone left me alone, but I never knew till later my heart had turned to stone like a lava flow. And the world outside don't want to know. The cons are playing cards when the new kid came that day. Winning hand gets him first tonight is what I heard them say. In jail you have no ears or eyes if you want to stay alive. And it's easy to forget about fair when you're trying to survive. I heard the kids scream at night as they beat him to his knees. I wanted to go and help him, but all I did was squeeze my head in the pillow. And the world outside don't want to know. Little Black Jack was playing fair. Moose hit him from behind. Jack told Moose, "Play ball, man. You're getting beat because you ain't trying." Well, Moose fouled Jack once again. Jack took him to the floor, and he did not let him up until Moose cried no more. Next day in the dining hall, there was a muffled sound as the line moved forward. Little Jack lay bleeding on the ground like a crumpled crow. And the world outside don't want to know. Early one morning, the captain came, had some news for me. Parole board had decided they were gonna set me free. Outside I could find no work, forget my college degree. You're an ex-con, they said, nothing we can do, you see. I was just about to hang it up when I got to singing in the streets. Music saved my life, and now I'm in the driver's seat with my past in tow. And the world outside don't wanna know. And I recall the vow I made as I walked through the prison gate, to fight for reform, to fight the prison state. But I've not changed a single tale, though I swore that I would. I don't go near them, and I know that I should. And the only reason I'd kill someone is to keep from going back. You can think of what you want to be, but you didn't see little Jack die so slow. And the truth is, none of us want to know.